all right. Welcome. This is everyone's favorite Minx, and you're listening to, I was going to say Minx Radio, but it is Minx Radio, but it is Minx on Station Head today. I came on here. I came on here because something has been really bothering me. Something has been really bothering me, and I hate to be that person. So I'm gonna be that person because this has now come across my timeline maybe maybe a couple of times on Twitter, and this is regarding Ice Spice. Ice Spice, right? The thought I was feeling you. Yeah, her Bronx artist. I look, as long as I have been doing internet radio, I have never heard of this girl, right? I mean, you would think, me being from the Bronx as well, and knowing a lot of Bronx artists, uh, not once, not once. I've never heard of this girl, right? So, she blows up. I'm not mad at it. You did it the right way. You know what I'm saying? You had the proper social media because, I'm looking at all these complaints, and it really does look like to me that the only people complaining are the fellas. The only people complaining are the fellas. And I just have to talk about it, right? Because this is hip hop, right? Hip hop. We are in hip hop. We come from an era of female MCs, rappers, and we're in the age and era of social media artists, right? That doesn't minimize your skill. You have the skill to know how to make something catchy, right? Not mad at it. And that's not even, old head speaking type shit. It's just I'm not mad at it because this is the era that we are in the music business. This is a social media world, and she figured it out. Okay, so whether y'all think that she's talented, she just it doesn't matter. Is she selling? Because that's the world that we are in. I have completely removed that empathy for music now. As far as passion, yeah, the passion for me to create it will always be there. I can't, you can't resuscitate a dummy, right? And that's just where the music business is. It doesn't matter if it's hip hop, it doesn't matter if it's pop, it doesn't matter if it's rock. The business is the way that it is, right? So you see countless legends selling their catalogs, cashing out because they know it's a sinking ship. It's a sinking ship. And it's at the point where the Titanic is up, it's about to break in half because that's what's happening. It's about to break in half. Mainstream, independent, whatever way the pendulum swings. So today, I'm noticing a surge in a bunch of males trying to shop around a quote unquote sex tape of this woman. I don't see chicks. Oh my God, look. Oh my God, look. I don't see that. I see a bunch of males that are coming together and trying to present a video of this allegedly sex tape of Ice Spice. And I used to question these things like, what do you get out of that? Like what do you get out of that? You have footage of having intercourse with someone that was consensual, which they consensually said, yes, you can film me, record me, and then perhaps we can watch it later, whatever the case may be. Not on the premise of I'm going to use this as fuel against you, right? I don't think it's her. Anybody could put on a wig and throw it back and say it's this girl, right? But what agitates me is that people don't see the big picture. So tonight I'm going to paint the big picture, right? On my TikTok, I do a lot of decodes. What is a decode? What is that? All I see is you posting up pictures of words in a black screen, and one side is purple and the other side is green. Well, yeah, those numbers mean something. That's why the trending topic on Twitter is actually Gematria today, which I did see that it was Gematria was trending. And Gematria is more than just looking at numbers and dates and times. It's more than just that. It's also syncing things, right? But I said to myself, going back to my original thought of, first of all, who is Ice Spice? Where did she come from? Why am I in the Bronx? Never heard of this girl. And she's next on, right? And I'm very happy for her. I'm not throwing shade in any way. But on TikTok, actually, yeah, because I also shared it to Instagram. Basically, I figured out what this whole situation is, right? This is all about masculine energy. This is all about energy that is flipped. It's the opposite, right? So Ice Spice is a female, and she has put out a song that exercises masculinity, which is bragging about, what that thing do, and how you sent him on his way. Like, yeah, he can barely walk because he's a munch, right? He's a munch. There's a word for it. She made a word for it. It's a munch. You're a munch. I think that this song and her popularity from the song is making men lose their fucking minds, because this song is basically portraying that a woman can use you sexually and send you along your way. And y'all not feeling that. Y'all not feeling that. You're not feeling it. So I had put up a video on TikTok, and I'm actually recording this from my YouTube channel. You guys can see the visual. I'm muting the music because obviously I don't want to get flagged, because she is on her way, right? Originally, when I posted this video, which happens with a lot of my videos, I share it to my friends only first, because I don't need a whole lot of energy sent to it immediately. I just need enough energy for people to say, "Oh wow, like you did that." Right? Okay. So that's where we were at with this. So when I started seeing that my followers that I'm mutually following they were engaging with the post and saying, "Wow, I didn't really how did you put that shit together?" was when I said, "Okay, let me open it up to everybody else to see if they see what I see." So remember, I said that this is all an opposite flip. Masculine energy is in the divine feminine and vice versa. So what's a boy is a girl is a boy, right? So on my first thing, I typed in Ice Spice, right? Gematria calculator brought up these numbers, which was 69, 42, 48, and 67. And then when I went and I said, what other words would match up with that same number? Because you're talking the alphabet, A through Z. A is 1, 2 is B, 3 is C, etc., right? So we have Ice Spice, and then what popped up with the exact numbers was where it says, the babe God. The babe God. Okay? The babe God. So I'm just checking my comments. Okay, so let's continue. So it says Ice Spice, born in the Bronx, social media influencer, rapper, singer, musician, right? They say that she has amazing raps and songs. You don't have to agree with that. Just remember they fucking said she's a social media influencer from the Bronx. Okay. Age 22. So I did a search. I said the Babe God. That sounds interesting. First of all, I thought that was mad cool. The Babe God. Like that just sounds so. You're a god of babes. I continue. I consider. I was about to say I continue. I consider Ice Spice a babe. You know, like she's a babe. If I was like at the mall and saw her walk by, I'd be like, wow, she's a babe, right? She's a babe. So the babe god is actually in the encyclopedia, right? Named as Harpocrates. Harpocrates. Sounds like hypocrite, right? You'll see why I say that. Harpocrates. I hope I said that right. So Hippocrates is the passive and concealed form twin in the contrast to the active and conquering Ra-Hor-Kut. As the babe god, Hippocrates is also identified with the new aeon to be born and blah, 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 right? Hippocrates. Let's continue. So it goes on to continue because I had to wait for the next slide. In the tarot card, right, Horus, Hippocrates is identified as one of two Aeon's eyes that are emitted from the tower, the other being his twin brother, blah, blah, blah. The active or duration, not the same callousness of heaven, but the supreme ritual, which is the silence of supreme orgasm. That nigga a munch. That nigga a munch. That nigga a munch. Yeah. That's what it says in the encyclopedia about Hippocrates. It's all about the silence of supreme orgasm. Now, Aleister Crowley described the image of Hippocrates as a young boy or babe in pink color with his right forefinger to his lips. Right? Just shh. His finger is to his lips. Right? The baby-faced god of shush. The toddler god. He was depicted in suitably cutesy fashion to his finger to his mouth. Unfortunately, when the Greeks saw this finger-licking image, they assumed he was making fun of the sign shush, and they characterized him as the god of silence. Right? Now, what kills me is that this also reminds me of the New Jersey water soul thing, the big statue that they put up with it shushing Manhattan, right? Facing Manhattan with fingers to the lips, right? Keep that in mind. Just keep that shit in mind, right? So let's continue. Munch. The definition of munch means to eat something, especially noisily, food, especially noisily, right? Notice how we just talked about the O word, right? Now, here's what got me. Drake calls himself the sixth god. And Ice Spice, if you do, we did the Gematria, comes up as the babe god. So you got the sixth god and the babe god. This is why it was so hilarious when people were saying that, yo, what if Drake and Ice, what if they're like had something or whatever, and then you got Adonis, right? with the hair. But if we mosey on back just a tad bit, remember, Hippocrates is the passive and concealed form twin. Twin. And this is shit that goes down in the astrals, right? Goes down in the astrals. People have astral twins. And the fact that babe God, Hippocrates is identified with Horus, who will avenge his father Osiris. So could possibly be, allegedly, could it possibly be that Drake and Hippocrates, oh, excuse me, the babe god, excuse me, Ice Spice? Could it be possible that maybe they are related? Could they be? Could they be? Could they possibly be related? Because I'm it's giving either stepbrother, step sibling, it's giving cousin, it's giving like are they related? Right? Because I mean, if I found out that I had a sibling that was in the Bronx or some shit and they were a rapper or something, I would do everything I can to make that shit blow up. This is why, oh, he unfollowed her. He unfollowed her. Yeah, because people like me put shit together. They try to make it seem like he did whatever and sent her on her way. No, no, no. The babe god and the sixth god. What's up? What is up? But let's continue. Let us continue because I don't think people are really putting this together. Like I'm putting it together in my head. I don't think they smashed. I just think this was a meeting. This was a meeting. I'm going to put you on. Let's go fast forward. Ice Spice seen out in Toronto. Now they look like they could be siblings. Mm-hmm. Not only did she receive a co-sign from 35-year-old Drake after sharing her Munch Feeling You song, she was also seen spotted partying with the Sixth God in Toronto. Notice how they didn't say she was seen partying with Drake. They said she was partying with the Sixth God. And they wrote that for a reason. Okay? Keep going. I, I don't know. It's giving something, right? I put Annie, are you okay? Because of the hair. The hair. What is up with the hair? The hairstyle. Looking just like, you know who? Daddy. Right? I bet you if we were to take a picture of Drake's dad and match it with Ice Spice, they would look the same. That would be crazy if I'm right. But let's go to the part that I don't like about this entire thing. And again, I said allegedly. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I just think it's very like it's a coinky dink. I feel like when it comes to the men, I'm looking at the comments. We know Facebook comments will always be the most bitter, angry, hateful dude. So I'm gonna use my Facebook and a little bit of Instagram. If you don't think that she's talented, that's cool. A lot of these motherfuckers that are out here are not talented. Their music is not up to par. And the people that do have good music, they're not given a chance. Nobody gives a fuck about good music. They care about what sells and what keeps their attention. Because sadly, people's attention spans are so short. They are not like it used to be. People are not a chip off the old block like they used to be. They really require a lot of assistance from AI to function during the day. And it's become a dependent thing. So when you have people with short attention spans and they're able to latch on to something new, something that keeps them going because of the addiction, this particular song would do that. I remember when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this song is, it's drill. I don't like drill, right? I couldn't get it out of my head. I couldn't get it out of my head. So now that we are in an era of short attention spans and people that find certain things personally dope to them, women were out here singing this like it was nothing. And I started seeing, I said, men were getting pissed. They were getting pissed because now you have them on the hunt to find a sex tape of this woman, because y'all want to be able to say, man, I had her like this. She didn't have me as a munch. I wasn't going, I wasn't dominated by this woman. I'm the dominator. That's what it's giving. In hip hop, if women cannot be as raunchy as the fellas, then I expect the fellas to pack it up and start rapping about church shit. Because you can't, it's again, hypocrisy. It's being a hypocrite. It's not fair. It's not right that she's not talented. But you hear all the oversaturation of male music today that talks about the same shit sexually. But a woman does it. A woman can say that I hit that and quit that, and now y'all trying to find a video to say, oh, she ain't quit nothing. She couldn't even take it. Talking about you got niggas as munches. Wait. You can't even take it. That's what y'all trying to do. Very sad. But I'm gonna get a song on, and I just had to. I had to get it off my chest. I'm seeing it. Y'all not seeing it, but I'm seeing it, and this is why this is Minx's Wicked Observations.
You hit the line. I was chilling at the crib. I wasn't waiting for a call from you. Things haven't been the same since you've been away. Obviously, you know how to still think of the times we had. I remember everything, especially the best. Way too many vices, I'm the worst you ever met. Yeah. There's a lot of